Hey guys, today I quickly want to talk about this little beast right here, which is a Nikkor 40mm f2 for Z mount, and why I think this is the best lens you can buy for Z mount at the moment, and why it might be the most essential lens you can get right now. So first of all, the price. I got this one brand new on an Amazon sale for like £192, which is, I believe, about $210, and they often have this sale, so it's a steal for a brand new lens. But also you can get this one used on eBay for like $150 or like sometimes $130. It's an amazing deal for a lens like this. In my opinion, it completely eliminates the need to get a 35mm f1.8 because what this lens is like 500 pounds, 550, 6. So this lens is 40mm f2, close enough to 35, close enough to f1.8, but for like 2.5, 3 times less of the price. And will you get 2.5, 3 times better image with a 35 1.8? I guess not. And I quickly want to mention that I've been filming with a 35mm most of the time, not the Nikkor 35, but 35mm in general. It's my favorite focal length. It used to be my favorite focal length, but now I'm leaning towards 40 more because it still gives you a lot of context in the image, but you get a little more compression with a 40mm. So it's like almost having a 50mm compression, but with a 35-ish. Field of view, which is quite interesting. It almost feels like anamorphic. I know it's not, but it's like it's just unusual, I guess. 40mm, something new, and I'm really enjoying using this. And whenever I'm looking into cinema lens sets, I'm kind of now looking if the set has a 40mm because I really like 40mm now. It is my most used focal length at the moment. So the second thing to talk about is the form factor, because this lens is tiny. It's almost in a pancake range of lenses. Like, look at this. It is small, it is compact, it is amazing. And a cool feature about this one, unlike like the old pancake or like small lenses, vintage lenses, it doesn't extend the barrel when you focus. Like I think the Canon ones, Canon pancakes, like the 50mm or something, they extend the barrel when you turn the focus wheel. But this one doesn't. Like if you have like a Helios, you know, like an old vintage Helios 44-2, it extends the barrel when you turn the focus wheel. So this 40mm doesn't, and it's really cool if you're using filters or something. Like you don't have to worry about this, or like if you want to put a matte box on this one, like a small tiny matte box, which might be cool. Another thing to mention is that the focus screen is really smooth, really nicely dampened. It feels expensive, especially considering the price. It doesn't have any like metal mount, it's plastic mount, and it doesn't have any rubber gasket around it for weather sealing, but it has some sort of plastic gasket. So, and like it says that it's splash resistant. It has like a scheme on a Nikon website that says that it's weather resistant, not weather sealed, but like splash resistant and something. So I guess this plastic gasket somewhat helps with that. And I have no troubles shooting in like light rain or something with this lens. Like right now, I think you can even might hear the sound of the rain unless I clean up the audio. And going to the focus ring, something that it has like all the Nikkor Z lenses have, you can assign them to have a linear throw. What it means is that with just regular focus by wire lenses, the faster you pull the focus ring, the faster the throw is going to happen and the further it's going to throw it. So let's say if you turn the wheel slowly, it's going to throw the focus gradually, but if you turn it fast, it's going to throw it further, even if the amount of turn was the same. So that's what's called a non-linear mode, and if you assign it to a linear mode, it's gonna sort of mimic a mechanical lens where the speed of rotation is not gonna affect the throw, so you kinda can focus manually more consistently, which in my opinion is really handy and something I can't do with my Viltrox lenses. And one more big thing to mention is that it almost doesn't have any focus breathing, like it's close to none, and it is especially amazing since you have a linear focus mode and almost no focus breathing, which is really good for those focus pools. And it is something you rarely see on the lens for the price like this. It's something that you see on higher end lenses or cinema lenses. So yeah, it's a really cool feature here. Another quick mention is that the autofocus is amazing. I filmed a dancing video with it and it was tack sharp, no issues at all. And you naturally think in a lens for a price like this should be some trade-off, and yeah, there are a few cons, but I don't think they get in the way of filming that much. But let's talk about them. So first one is the, as I mentioned before, the plastic mount, which is fine because the lens is lightweight and it doesn't have a lot of weight on the mount, so I don't think it's gonna break unless you're like gonna throw it or something, but don't throw the lenses. And again, the price, they're really replaceable even if they break. I think you can actually like replace the mount. You can get like a cheap Viltrox lens and like unscrew this and put on a new mount or something like this. If you want to do some DIY stuff, you're more than welcome to try and then tell me the results in the comments. But other than that, there are two cons that somewhat affect the image. So first one, it has some purple fringing, it has some chromatic aberrations, so you don't see it often, especially if you're like in somewhat controlled lights. But if you're like filming the trees against the sun, you might see some purple fringing. And also it gets somewhat bloomy. So if you open it to f2 and you want to film something up close, it's gonna have some of that blooming effect like you see on like some vintage lenses. And if you close it down to like f2.8, f3.5, it's gonna be absolutely fine. Yeah, it's just wide open. It's not really tech sharp up close. Other than that, these are the only two downsides that are manageable, I think, that I found in this lens. So for the price, I think it's amazing. So in conclusion, I can say that this is the best value for money lens for Z mount right now. I highly recommend you have one because it is cheap, it is versatile, it might be the only lens you actually need, like this and some zoom lens for traveling or for filming documentaries. It's pretty much all you need. And yeah, it has an amazing image quality. It has some cons, but they are manageable. And the form factor is fantastic. It's small, light, and just fits in your pocket. Well, yeah, that's my opinion about this lens. I'm curious to read your opinion in the comments down below. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel to see more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.